going on, everyone? What's happening? How are we today on this Friday? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. What's going on? So yesterday, what we have on the table today, I should say, is a Phillies loss, a 6-0 loss that was just disgraceful and very, very, very brutal. On top of that, we got the Sixers and the Wizards round one. We know that's in action. I'm actually going to do a podcast later on. And if you have not already, call into the Anytime hotline. The phone number, I'll put it in the comment section, but it's 856-442-9805. We have a bunch of calls already in the hopper, but we're going to do a little Sixers Wizards conversation about how you feel now that you know the opponent that starts on Sunday. And by the way, speaking of Sunday, I am super stoked to tell you all that I am going to be hosting on 97.5 The Fanatic, the after show. So the playoff post-game show, I will be on as soon as the Sixers game's over, taking your calls, getting the heat of the moment reaction from everybody. As people are leaving the Wells Fargo Center, I will be hosting the Fanatic, so that is going to be super fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. So, yeah, we got some Eagles as well. There's been a lot of talk with some of these players. Jalen Hurts, Lane Johnson, Brandon Graham, things of that nature. So, anyway, before we start attacking, cheers. Cheers to some coffee. Enjoy your coffee. Hey, yo, take your sip. That's what we're talking about. All right, so we begin with this. Leon comes in and asks this question. Who has been guarding, Westbrook or Beal? Well, one of the games they played where it was the game where Bradley Beal had whatever, was it 50 or was it 60? It was a lot. That's what I know. Ben Simmons was guarding Russell Westbrook as the roamer. So take that for what it is. Bradley Beal goes off. He ends up dominating. He scores an aggressive amount of points. Ben Simmons was on Russell Westbrook as a roamer, and Doc Rivers even mentioned that he liked what he brought to the table. I think I actually saw the quote somewhere along here when I was reading up on some things last night about, just the matchups in general. And now that you know who they're going to play and things of that nature. So let me go to the Sixers and let me see if I can find the quote because I'm pretty sure. Nope, maybe this one isn't it. Oh, yeah, it is it. As we get a commercial popping up. Okay. I guess this is Doc Rivers. I guess after 60 points, we probably could have made the change, Sixers head coach Doc Rivers said. We liked what Ben was doing as the roamer tonight off Russell Westbrook, being able to run. We thought it would allow him to get a lot of rebounds and push the break. We felt strongly that we could get a lot of easy buckets. So part of that worked and the other part didn't. So for whatever that it means to you, are they going to do the same thing again? I would imagine no. I go back to I would imagine Doc Rivers is smart enough to realize that you can't have Bradley Beal out there popping 60 points a game. Now, 60 points is a lot, okay? You're just to expect Bradley Beal to give you 60 is ridiculous. But I do wonder if there's going to be change in that area based off of what we did see in a previous game. That's a good point. It is a good point. Leading off with Brodes, no, we kind of maneuvered around that a little bit. And MLB The Show streams, yes, every Tuesday and Wednesday at 4 p.m. I will be live on Twitch. That started this week. And then, of course, some various times whenever I feel like it. But structurally, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, 4 p.m., we do some Twitch streams. So make sure you're following the channel. Leon with a $10 donation. It says, thanks for the breakdown. No, thank you. And that just reminded me. When we first started the stream, we got a thank you so much, Leon. I really do appreciate that. We had a 500 yen donation from Mullet Petition for Alvarado. Break out the dog mask, track record, whatever. There's a new vibe, and it all starts with the fans feasting on the Frosties, courtesy of Westbrook. Yeah, I hate Russell Westbrook, dude. I'll be honest with you. The hell was this? I saw that when I Is that actually the shirt, or is that just a piece of fuzz? Just a piece of fuzz. Yeah, I can't wait, man. I can't wait for Sunday. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be unbelievable. I'd imagine the Washington Wizards are just going to get annihilated and crushed and abused and get their asses kicked out of the building. You can say whatever you want about the combination of Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal. They are where they are for a reason. Now, they did go on a nice run to end the season to put themselves in this position. For their fans to be chanting, "We want the Sixers," you're morons, okay? You're pathetic. You're not knowledgeable. If you truly believe that Westbrook, who has zero postseason success, don't give me what happened with Oklahoma City Thunder. That was 10,000 years ago. He has zero postseason success, and the Wizards stink. I got nothing else for you. I got nothing else for you if you think they're actually going to make some sort of noise. Yeah, but even with their two All-Stars, it is what it is. I mean, they're not anything crazy. They're not anything magnificent. They're just there. They're just there. Yeah, they were really chanting, "We want Philly." Yeah, okay, be careful what you wish for. I mean, they're the 8th seed. I mean, like, I would have to imagine that they're not really believing that they can take down this 76er squad in a 7-game series. It's just what you do. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say that maybe they were drunk. Maybe they were drinking a lot of beers. I'm sure it takes a lot of alcohol to go through a Washington Wizards series. There's probably not a season, I should say. There's probably not. It's just like the Washington Nationals. They don't have many fans, I'll give credit here with Washington, D.C. fans. They love the Capitals. They love the Capitals. They're not Nationals fans. Are there any Washington Wizards fans? They're probably just drunk, drinking a lot of beers, drinking a lot of Miller Lights, or what do they drink down there? PBR? No, it's not PBR. It's that whatever they drink down there in Maryland. Maryland. What is that? Maryland cheap beer. It's called something else, and it sucks. Oh, I typed in Maryland cheap PBR. Maryland cheap beer. Now they're giving me liquor locations. Oh, Natty Boh. Natty Boh. Natty Boh. Natty Boh. They're probably crushing Natty Bohs and just screaming. That's what it is. So, yeah. Morons, I tell you. Morons. Good morning, Evan. Can't wait. Evan says here, good morning, Brodes. Can't wait to see Joel Embiid feast Len and Gafford. Yeah, it's going to be a joke. They're going to have no clue what to do when my man's out there giving you 42. He averages 30 and 10 against this team. You're going to get annihilated. You're going to get absolutely annihilated if that's the case. In a 7-game series? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Just to be clear on the exact number, he averaged 30 points and 9.7 rebounds against the Wizards. Alex Len, Robin Lopez. He's going to wax that ass. He's going to wax that ass. Wax that ass. It's going to be hilarious. Can't wait until Sunday. I know I'm right there with you. Rush can only care about stats. He's 32. Go get them stats, man. Yeah, he does nothing in terms of actually relating to winning basketball. He just doesn't. I give him credit for all this triple-double stuff that he's done because at the end of the day, I don't like him, but it is wild that he averages the numbers that he averages. It's also wild that with him averaging that, he does nothing. He has no sort of resume to show anything for it other than individual regular season statistics. Whoop-de-damn-do. Whoop-de-do. What's that going to do for you? We're here to win. As much as I rip Ben Simmons into shreds, I'll give him credit here. He doesn't care. It's like he's the opposite. to a degree. He's frustrating, and he doesn't do things, and he does care about his stats and certain everybody. Just like Ben does result in winning, even though his flaw is possibly going to cost this team. I hope it makes sense here. But Ben Simmons' all-around game, if he takes a jump shot, it results, even without the jump shot, it still results in winning basketball. I think that's where the frustration lies, because with some sort of mid-range jumper, you're really making it even that much tougher for the opposing team. But even with the major flaw, Ben Simmons' game still puts you in a position to actually win as a franchise, as a primary ball handler. I don't know what I know what Bradley Beal could do. I don't know what Russell Westbrook's game really translates into, because it's not much in terms of winning. Brodes, what Washington team do you hate the most of the four? Well, the Capitals, I hate them, but the Flyers aren't relevant enough. That's the problem. The Flyers aren't even close to their level. So at what point is it just, well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not like the Flyers really have to compete with them for anything, because the Flyers are so damn mediocre. It's got to be the Nationals, the Bryce Harper effect. You have that internal hatred for them just because you took their number one guy, and then they go and win a championship that following year, and then they go on this amazing journey, and you take the $330 million man. So even though the Washington Nationals have a fake fan base and nobody's really involved there, and nobody really takes the time to watch 162 and put a lot of pride into the Washington Nationals, I think it's the nature of that NL East as a whole and taking Bryce Harper. I would say probably I hate the Nats. How a revenge series. Oh, man. That's funny. Did I see Missinelli and Rivers fight? No, I did not. What were they fighting about? I'll have to go back and listen. I know that prior to him coming on, he was pretty much teasing that he's going to try and get the bench out of him, but I did not hear him. I didn't even hear about anybody talking about them fight, so I don't know if that's even real. So I don't know what you mean by fight and what level you put fight at, but no, I did not see anything there. Where are we here? I did see some other things. Kerrigan will have double-digit sacks in a rotation role. I can see it now. Well, according to Adam Kaplan, he's going to be playing a lot more linebacker than you would anticipate. So you might not even see him as that defensive end. You might not even see him as that guy who will, he's obviously going to be a rotational piece in general, but you might be seeing him play linebacker. I want to find the actual quote. Today's quote day, if you can't tell. So this is Adam Kaplan on Kerrigan's role. He's been playing The hell was that noise? Oh, my foot. I was stepping on something. He's been playing linebacker on and off since 2012. They saw him with the ability to stand up. I heard he's going to play a lot of linebacker. They're not asking Kerrigan to cover very much. That's not what they're asking him to do. He's obviously going to play stand-up outside linebacker, and we'll see how much they play him at defensive end. By the end of the season, I would expect well over 50% at linebacker. So, everyone's talking about them not really filling that hole, and then everyone forgets about bringing in Wilson. Well, now Kerrigan has the ability to give you outside linebacker help. That's huge. I mean, I'm not telling you that he's some shut-down, insane player anymore. There's a reason why Washington let him go. There's a reason why he's on the opposite side of, his prime. But to act as if there's nothing left in the tank, well, that's just not very true. 500 yen coming in from Mullet Petition for Alvarado. Saw the fuzz on the shirt. Missed the toothpaste in the stash last time. Always loved the show. How do you see the playoffs shaking out? Well, the playoffs shaking out is such a multi-layered question. In terms of the toothpaste, yeah, if you're unaware of what happened here, after Coffee with Brodes 2 days ago, I went upstairs. I went to the bathroom. You know what I mean? I made another coffee as it was brewing. I ran to the bathroom. I look in the mirror, and I got toothpaste because I brushed my teeth before Coffee with Brodes. I literally had toothpaste all around my mouth. No one said anything. Nobody told me I had toothpaste all over my mouth. I sat here for an hour and spoke to you guys about sports. I had toothpaste on me. No one could have helped me out there. Hey, Brodes, looks like you have a little toothpaste. Come on. I made sure I had wiped the toothpaste off this morning. I do hate the first sip of coffee. I'll tell you this. I hate the first sip of coffee after brushing your teeth. It's brutal. It's like the first two sips is like, it's a mixture of Crest and a mixture of Wawa hazelnut. You got to find that balance where it's no Crest and all Wawa hazelnut, just ridiculous. So thanks, everybody. I blame you. Everyone wants to know my thoughts on John Tavares. Yeah, I mean, that was scary as hell. That was scary as hell. Okay, so real quick before we get back on the Tavares thing here, because we got two comments. You brush your teeth before coffee, and then I brush my teeth after coffee. And so I agree. I 100% agree. But when I wake up, I don't have the greatest breath in the world, as most do. Most don't, or most don't have the best breath in the world when they wake up. So it's like I had that nastiness in my mouth, if you will, and it's like I don't know if I wanted to sit around with some nastiness while I drink my coffee. Even though the coffee is a different taste, you still kind of have that. It's like no, I don't want to have that. So sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I normally don't, and I've been trending in the direction of starting to do it just because I don't like the morning breath. But anyway, getting back to what matters here. Although coffee in the morning definitely matters here, considering Coffee with Brodes is the show here. Thoughts on John Tavares? Yeah, I mean, that was brutal. Very, very, very upsetting to see. Very scary to watch the reactions of the trainers trying to fold him back as he gets on the stretcher and whatnot. I don't understand Corey Perry having to fight. That was not on purpose. All right. If Tom Wilson was the player involved, he did not do that on purpose. No one in the world would do that on purpose. It's so fast. The game is happening so quickly. It was not intentional. But for Foligno to fight Corey Perry, I get what he's doing. I'm a new teammate. I was a leader before in a locker room in Columbus. I got to make a statement to my team that this isn't okay. And I think Corey Perry actually didn't throw punches at times. I really did believe he held himself back and just dropped them and say all right, fine, I'll acknowledge what happened, but I don't agree with this. I'm not going to punch your face in for it. But I don't understand the reaction towards Corey Perry as if he had to, that he had to fight. He did not have to fight in that situation. He did not have to fight in that situation. It was just a very unfortunate thing that occurred, and I really hope that he's okay because it's very scary. How many games will the Wizards series go? I'll say 5. I'll say 5 games. I think we'll go with the 5 games territory. Give them 1 if they're lucky. Give them 1 if they're lucky. Making the trip from Central PA for Game 2 on Wednesday. Embiid dropping 40 and 15. Embodied. You go for a little embodied instead of Embiid. I got you. I see what you did there. A little play on words, if you will. That's awesome, though, man. I'm pretty damn jealous. I'm not going to lie. I haven't had really the opportunity to go to many games in general, whether it was Sixers or Phillies, but that's always because I got so many games to take care of, to pay attention to every single night. So it's a little difficult to do that. But damn, dude, it's going to be fun. The environment's going to be absolutely insane. That place is going to be on fire. And it's going to be loud. And it's going to be aggressive. And it's going to be amazing. And there's going to be goosebumps involved. Imagine when Joel Embiid gets called out for the first time in a playoff game, when they do the starting lineups and the fire shoots up in the air. And it's like, Joel, the process, Embiid, That's pretty good. I thought that was pretty damn good. And everyone goes crazy. And it wicked, 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 wicked. Right? Get a little Future going too. Wicked, 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 wicked. Oh, man, it's just amazing. I got it all down. It's going to be, I think, 10,000? They're going to allow 10,000 fans in the stands because I know that they're upgrading. So now it's 50% capacity of the Wells Fargo Center for the playoffs. Citizens Bank Park is also allowing more fans for this series against the Boston Red Sox that I'm not excited to watch at all because that's going to be painful. I wish, there's a part of me, I know we went over the whole Nick Pivetta thing. There's a part of me that wished Nick Pivetta was going to come into town and give you 12 strikeouts or 15 strikeouts and then just flip off as he's walking back to the dugout after the 8th inning and he knows he's not going back out on the mound because maybe there's a whatever you need to do. He just flips everybody off. He literally just flips everybody off. Yeah, 100% capacity in the month of June. Yep. But they intensified it. So you went from where I guess they took away some of the, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, they peeled back a bit. So now it's 50%. And then in June, it'll be back to 100%, which would be just amazing to witness. And what else is amazing to witness is Deal Dash. And it's no surprise that I love winning. That's why I'm a 76ers fan. That's why I'm ready to run through a damn brick wall watching Joel Embiid play every single damn night. And I've been chasing that feeling because it's been a couple of weeks since I finally got it. It's about to come up on Sunday, but it's been a couple of weeks considering they were playing slop games and they knew they were going to be the number 1 overall seed. All right. But I'm still winning because of Deal Dash, the online shopping platform that is actually fun. Deal Dash is the longest running penny auction website and app around. Too good to be true? You bet your ass it is. I've seen cars sold for $900. I've seen brand new TVs sold for $2. Do not be a loser. Stop buying full retail price for the things you want and get on Deal Dash. Go to dealdash.com or download the app right now. By the way, when you register, enter the promo code COFFEE. That's promo code COFFEE for a special offer. Now, there's a link in my description that you can hit right now, and that will bring you automatically to Deal Dash's website with my link and promo code. So hit on that link as we speak. Keep up the coffee with Brodes stream, but hit that link in the description. It'll bring you right there. You will see all the incredible offers, the promo code. It's actually amazing. You know how you get sucked down into the TikTok world? I did that last night at like 4 a.m. Well, I get sucked into the Deal Dash world. Those losses against the Mets are going to hurt us. There's a billion losses that are going to hurt us, not just against the Mets, the losses against the Braves, the losses against the Marlins. It's actually stunning to think about how poorly this team plays and executes against the stinking Miami Marlins. The win percentage when the Marlins play the Phillies compared to when the Marlins play every other team is just a joke. We are 22-22 with the crying emoji. Yeah, but is that a surprise or is that a reality of what we thought we were going to be entering the season? You know what I mean? Like, is this a surprise? A 500 baseball team. Isn't that kind of what we thought? I mean, we thought a little bit better, but this is the range of what we thought. Ooh, game 1 is at 3 a.m. in Melbourne. Are you going to? So there's a couple ways to handle this. Are you going to DVR it and then wake up and, I don't know, put your alarm on for like 6 or 7 a.m., which is still early, but at least it's like more reasonably human early? Or are you going to fall asleep, put your alarm on at 2:30? Or are you going to stay up all night and watch until 5 o'clock and then go hit the snooze? Which one is it going to be? Because there's 3 options. You can power through and just stay up till 3 and watch the game until 6. That's going to be a little brutal by the end. You can DVR it and watch it later when you wake up, or you can go with the mentality of putting your alarm on for about 2:30, take a little power cat nap from, I don't know, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock till 2:30. Like, there's a lot of options here. Knicks Hawks going 7, you think? I honestly haven't really thought too much about the Knicks Hawks series. I don't know. I really don't have a vibe on it. You know, it's no lock, even as well as the Knicks have been playing, that the Knicks win the series. With that said, I still think they have the advantage to do it. They are a hard-nosed team. I don't know if it goes 7. You know, maybe 6. Maybe 6. Maybe Knicks in 6. Maybe that's kind of where I see it more than 7. But I'm not going to rule the Atlanta Hawks out because they do play hard. They do play tough, and they're really good team, you know, for the circumstance. Not really good team in terms of winning a championship. Really good teams in terms of, you know, just they're there. They're there playing the New York Knicks in the playoffs for a reason. I guess maybe I should rephrase that. All right, so I'll watch it live. Probably wake up at 4 instead of 3. Okay. So you're going to miss the first hour, wake up and tune in, and just roll in from 4 a.m. I don't know if I could personally do that. What I would probably do is, because I've done this before with the Australian Open. Now that I think about it, I've done this with the Australian Open. I've done this with some of these tennis matches that I love that start at like these ridiculous times here in the United States. I would probably put my alarm on for 2:30. I'd probably try and fall asleep, even if I fall asleep at midnight, and I do a little 2-hour cat nap or something. Now, I don't know what the rest of your day looks like. It's a Sunday, so you probably have more time to relax. If it was a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and it's a weekday and you have work afterwards, of course, that would snowball into your work day and what you need to do. So that definitely changes. But a Sunday, I'd probably do the little cat nap thing, a little 2-hour, 3-hour, 4-hour little quick snooze. How do you do? Wake up at 2:30, drink a cup of Joe, relax, put on Mark Zumoff and Ala on NBC Sports Philadelphia. Bucks Miami is going to be a good one to watch. You're not wrong. That's probably my favorite one. That's probably my number one to watch in terms of outside of the Sixers. And what am I excited for the most? Oh, yeah, it's Monday there when Sunday. Oh, yeah, that's right. Stupid me. Stupid me. It is Monday. So you have work after that, huh? See, if I DVR'd it and watched it later, I would like want to look at my phone, wake up and check Twitter, and you can't know what's going to happen when you actually watch the game. So, yeah, I mean, it's a tough position to be in. I I credit you for having to do this. It's not easy. It's tough. I can do it once in a blue moon when I'm watching the Australian Open. I can't do it full time for a Sixers playoff series. There's no way that I would be able to have that mentality. So God bless you. All that Knicks Hawks series just to see who loses to us in the second round, just like we witnessed with the play-in tournament. I know I got a notification last night from ESPN or something on my phone about what we witnessed with the, let's see. Oh man, I might have too many notifications for it to pop up. But I saw the numbers that they got with that LeBron game. And you make it like, if you think that that's going to be the norm, well, then that's a joke. It's not the norm. Let me see the middle of the Pacers Hornets ratings. Please let me know. And guess what? There's probably a chance it's good because everyone likes sports anyway. So they throw it on even if they're not paying attention. But stop it. No one cares. All right. The reason why that you got LeBron Warriors is because Klay Thompson was extremely injured, which hindered the Warriors and their run. LeBron, AD were out for 95% of that back stretch, so they didn't play. You got that matchup because all of these stars were injured and didn't play majority of the season. You didn't get this matchup because the actual mentality of a 10 seed, 9 seed, and 8 seed playing these games are really going to give you the best product in the world. You got lucky because of the circumstances. It's not reality. Reality is Pacers Hornets game 1. That's right. Reality was Wizards last night, all right? With all due respect to the Wizards, that game was not fun to watch. I sat there and I was more intrigued by a 6-0 Phillies loss, ass-kicking embarrassment over watching the Indiana Pacers and the Washington Wizards fight for an 8th seed. So that'll tell you everything you need to know about how I feel about this play-in round. 500 yen continued to get pounded into the stream by Mullet petition for Alvarado. Just got this monster Barista Express espresso machine. Will be caffeinated. I'm a teacher, so will be free to watch Sixers Fightings all summer. I need to get that espresso machine. I had a mocha chocolate chip latte the other day. I'm starting to explore a little bit, all right? I like my traditional black hot coffee like I'm drinking now with your Wawa hazelnut black coffee, nice and simple. but I do like to splurge. I do like I'll go to Wawa on the touchscreen and I'm starting to get some, crazy lattes and crazy cappuccinos and frappuccinos and this and that. And afterwards, I'm sitting there shaking because I drink them so fast because they're so damn good. I'm like, what is this feeling? Like, holy shit, what's going on? As I'm driving back to my house afterwards, it's like, whoa, I like this. Whoa, I have a caffeine rush, So I've been loving it. Oh man, but I love that too. I love that sip too. Don't get me wrong. This is the real one. Okay, this is the real one. But I do like to splurge. Thoughts on JG's press conference? Yeah, look, I'm probably, and I know I've said this before, and I never got around to it. I have a lot to talk about with the Eagles. I do. It's been a while. I didn't even go through the schedule, and I'm not talking win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. Just a couple things that stand out to me, kind of. I didn't really talk about that. I haven't talked about the Kerrigan signing. Now you have players starting to speak. So I do anticipate. I'm trying to look at my schedule here. Right, we got to dropping stuff off my desk. I'm trying to strategically plan. I probably have an let me write this in. We're gonna do this live. Scheduling with Brodes. Maybe every Monday we can do a live stream where I go over my schedule for the week. I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. So maybe I could work in an Eagles pod in the morning. I'm on 7 to 10 p.m. on the Fanatic Saturday night, so I'll be closing it down on you Saturday night. I'm doing a Sixers pod today. So as I said, call the Anytime hotline. Let me get your reactions. 856-442-9805. I want to hear your thoughts on Sixers Wizards. That podcast I'm going to probably record a little bit after Coffee with Brodes is over today. We have the Sixers Red Sox post-game show later on tonight, right? Tomorrow morning, I wrote it down on the schedule with a possibility involved of doing an Eagles pod about the press conferences, about everything surrounding this team. I'll say this. It's super easy to say the right things in May. All right? It's super easy to say the right thing in May. It's a lot different to execute it. Oh, did I say Sixers Red Sox? That would be a fun game. Who do you think would win? Who do you think will win? Do I think 85 games will win the NL East? No, I do not. No, I do not. I don't think that'll get it done. I don't. This is my prediction, says Tom. Mets, Braves, Marlins, Phillies, Nationals. I mean, it's hard to argue with the way they're playing right now that that's a possibility, but yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue that they are not a great team. They are not a great team right now. Simmons will go yard. What would be, okay, so Ben Simmons doesn't shoot a basketball, right? I hate to bring that up again. In case you did not hear me, Ben Simmons does not know how to shoot a basketball. And I accidentally just mentioned Sixers Red Sox, but I meant Phillies Red Sox. What would be the one thing Ben Simmons wouldn't do if he played baseball? Would it be he can't throw? Would it be he can't catch? Would it be okay? I mean, I guess this would be what it would be because offensively would be equivalent to not being able to hit. Excuse me. So he'd be the best defender in center field or the best shortstop defender in Major League Baseball, but he can't hit. He hits 060. He hits 060, but he's the best defender in shortstop history. He's the best defender we've ever seen at the shortstop position. But could you imagine if he can't throw? Can you imagine if that was his flaw? He was amazing at hitting, but he couldn't throw. It's like Sandlot where at the beginning, instead of throwing the baseball out from center field, he runs as fast as he can and he puts it in the glove of his teammate. So that's what he would do. He'd be 325 batting average with 0 home runs. Nah, I don't think that would be, because if you hit 325 and you don't have any power, you're still that's too much. That's you're too good. That's not a big enough flaw. The 0 home runs is not as big of a flaw. I think not throwing the baseball needs to kind of be where we're going here because that's so ridiculous. Just like not shooting a basketball as an NBA player. So it's got to be not because there's guys who can't hit. I think it's got to be he can't throw the baseball. He runs the ball in. He plays center field. And when a ball's hit to the wall, he literally runs the ball back. Like if there's a play at home plate, he's running full speed and placing it in JT Realmuto's hands. That's hilarious. Singles like slices of Kraft cheese. That's amazing. Bet needs to go off this series, especially since the Wizards announcers caught him overrated. That's a good point. I did forget about that, Nick. So that is an interesting point that you brought up there. And he does seem to, he needs that motivation. Unfortunately, he can't find it internally. He needs something to piss him off. Now, this was a long time ago. I'm sure he didn't forget about it. I'm sure it's, quote, bulletin board material. So I'm not going to act as if like he just automatically forgot about it because it was a little whiles away or a little bit of time ago. But yeah, there is an element of him getting pissed off, being annoyed, being bothered with some of the statements made in the past about him by these same announcers. So yeah, there's something to that. That's what Ben does. The All-Star game gets Ben playing hard, which is just a joke. And when he finally breaks because people annoy him so much, he'll go hard for a very small amount of time before he goes back to his normal self. Mullet petition for Alvarado, just continuing to throw the 500 yen into the stream. Thank you so much. Seriously, thank you so much. Words can't express it. Maxey would hit bloop singles all day. Money. Yeah, he would. Oh, yeah. Tyrese Maxey would be a single machine, but he'd be fat. He'd be Roman Quinn that can hit. You know, the way I would look at it, honestly, and I know I can't stand Roman Quinn, and there's a reason why I can't stand Roman Quinn. But if you go back to his first season, or was it his second year? Well, the first year he had the same type of numbers, just very limited action. He only had 69 plate appearances, 57 at-bats. In 2018, Roman Quinn batted .260. You would probably get that. You would probably get that with his total bases of 54. You'd probably hit about .260 and slap singles all day. That would be Tyrese Maxey, his rookie year. That's funny, though. That's funny. Isn't Steph the clear MVP? No. Jokic is the clear MVP. In no way is Steph Curry the MVP in my eyes. And that's not knocking him. He was amazing. He was fun. He was knocking down threes. I got a piece of fuzz hanging on this now. And it's like tickling me when I'm speaking. No, to me, the clear MVP is Jokic. You said clear. So I'm not disrespecting Steph Curry and what he's done, but the clear answer is Jokic. People on Twitter were petitioning for the dude who flipped off Russell Westbrook back in 2018 to ring the bell. That is actually hilarious. That would be so damn funny if that was the case. A couple days ago, Mikey Mrs. Show did the anti-bell ringers, and he brought like people in the Sixers organization that would make the Wells Fargo Center erupt with hate. And Brian Colangelo was the number one answer, in my opinion. Could you imagine Brian Colangelo going out there ready to ring the bell and the fan base just going nuts, losing their mind, screaming, booing the shit out of this man? Excuse me. Boo. I just burped. Wow. But booing the hell out of this guy. It would be on another level of intense, another level of wild. Where's Renzo? Renzo's upstairs sleeping on the couch, unfortunately. Guy's snoring up a storm already. He wakes up, he moves to the couch, and he gets in the same damn position and sleeps. That damn dog. He's something else. Sixers in 5. Yeah, that's where I'm calling. I'm calling Sixers in 5 as well. Are you going to the game, BJ? Are you going to the game? I would imagine you're. Are you going to the game? Are you going to the game? You going to the game? You going to the game? Should be a fun time. I'm very jealous. If so, of course. Kobe is better than LeBron. We're not going to go down that road again. You can say that all you want. You're wrong, but you can say that all you want. Dominic, you're a troller, all right? You've been around the block. I've seen you enough. I know. I understand. I get a sense of who trolls, who doesn't troll. You say the most ridiculous things in the world. All right. Sometimes I like to engage with it because it's fun. Other times it's just stupid. This one, I love Kobe. It's not even close. BJ will be there Sunday. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm actually, I got the news yesterday. I'll be hosting on the Fanatic post game. So I will have the Sixers playoff post game show on the Fanatic. So when you're leaving the Wells Fargo Center and when, everyone's jumping up for joy because the Sixers won by 40, I'll be catching your reactions on the Fanatic. So I'm pretty pumped about it. Should Herrera be leading off with this? But this is where we're at. Oh, sorry, I hit the wrong one. This just said Kareem is better than LeBron. Okay, I mean, you're talking about like once you start getting into that territory of when the game was just at such an extreme different level. I mean, sure, it's hard to really. I mean, I don't agree with that, but I'm just saying once you start throwing it back to like that era, and when people talk about where there's like when people go to the extreme and talk about basketball where there's no 3-point line and this and that, and the big men back in that era and say, well, he's better than LeBron. Well, I mean, how do you compare the two once you get to that generation? Once you go back to that far, it's ridiculous. All right, Dominic, I'm putting you in timeout, my friend. Putting you in timeout. You're going too far. Yeah, I did see a stat, by the way, about how LeBron James has more clutch shots made than Kobe and Michael Jordan combined. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. Oh, no, oh, no. My bad, Tanner. My bad. I put the wrong person in timeout. What? Yeah, my bad. And now I can't undo it. So now Tanner's accidentally blocked for 5 minutes. I apologize. That's on me. There was a comment I wanted to get to, though, and I'm looking for it heavily, and I can't find it anymore. So that stinks. If the Nets Sixers meet in the Eastern Conference Finals, who do I think is going to win? I mean, I don't know. Both teams have a good chance of doing it. I think the Sixers are going to go to the NBA Finals this year. I think they have the capability to do it. I think they're probably the most structured team out of the three in the Eastern Conference. I do like Milwaukee's team better than the Nets do. I mean, we heard the phrase "built for the playoffs" all last year, and then it just didn't work. At some point, it just didn't work. I think the Nets they've been talking about essentially they were built for the playoffs. Now, they have more elite talent than the Sixers ever did last year, and they have more ready-to-win stars than the Sixers ever did last year. So that does change the equation. But sometimes the whole, just get us to the playoffs, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And I wonder with the Nets if that's how it's going to be. If that's how it's going to be. Justice for Tanner. I know. I apologize. That's on me for sure. We want Milwaukee. I'd be afraid of Milwaukee. And that's what it comes down to. Look, once you get to the Eastern Conference Finals, you're going to play a tough opponent. You're going to play a good opponent. It's not going to be easy. I don't like the matchup with the Bucks. I'll be honest. I do not like the matchup with the Bucks. It's the spacing of the center. It's not being able to use Dwight Howard. It's having to go small ball with Ben Simmons there. It's stretching out the bigs of the Milwaukee Bucks, stretching out the Sixers big men. I'm nervous. I'm nervous for Brook Lopez. I'm nervous for Bobby Portis. I know that sounds crazy, but what they're going to be able to do offensively is stretch out. You can't hang around the paint area. You're going to have to draw the big man out. There's two things that have caused the issues, caused the Sixers problems and have been issues. Transition defense, which I'm not scared of the Washington Wizards, but that's something that they do excel in, although there's a difference between the pace of regular season and the pace of playoff basketball. But that has been a constant problem for the Sixers team is transition defense, ironically enough, considering they thrive defensively in general. And big men that can shoot big men that can hang out by the three-point line. They draw you out. They suck you out. They suck you out of the paint. That opens up their entire offense, and then you go to work. So, I mean, to say Brook doesn't scare you at all is asinine. You might think the Sixers have a chance, but they don't scare you at all. Why would Kevin Durant, a finals MVP, someone who can give you 40, doesn't scare you at all? How? How not? How does Kevin Durant, James Harden cut at all? That's what gets me. They don't scare me at all. How at all? How at all? That's just not reality. Yes, Jesse, you are correct. Embiid will be doubled all game, all postseason. And then from there, who's going to step up? Is it going to be Danny Green? Is it going to be Seth Curry? Will it be Tobias? It's going to have to be a different player every night. So, it's not going to be the same guy over and over and over and over again. But I do agree that, and that's something that I kind of headed into this saying, well, if you have a player like Joel who can get you your points and win you basketball games and put the team on your back, you'll be all right. Teams aren't going to allow him to do that. So when teams don't allow him to, and I'm not talking about some shit squad early. I'm talking about real playoff basketball. They're not going to allow for him to do that. So how do the Sixers adapt when that doesn't, when it plays out the way that does, where he's getting doubled and whatnot? The Nets can't defend. All right, but they have Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving. I mean, that means nothing to you that they have, because this is how NBA normally works. And it doesn't mean it always works this way. Normally works. When you have the best player on the court, you're going to win the series. I love Joel Embiid. Kevin Durant's the best player on the floor. Love Joel Embiid. That's not a knock on Joel Embiid. That's like saying if LeBron and Joel Embiid were both on the floor, LeBron's the best player on the floor. That doesn't mean anything less of Joel Embiid. Kevin Durant is a more ready basketball player right now than Embiid is. Embiid at 29, 30, I can't wait for that. Okay, and guess what? There's a chance that we'll get smoked by Kevin Durant. There's a chance we get smoked by that lethal scoring. Just like there's a chance they get smoked by Joel. They could double team him, triple team him, take the ball out of his hands. And then from there, no, they won't get smoked by Joel. They'll live and die by whoever's hitting the shots on the other end. But this is too, easy for you. Oh, well, they don't have an answer for Joel. Well, I get that. But that's why you double him to get the ball out of his hands. Ben's not going to, this is what blows my mind. Kevin Durant is an elite superstar. Ben Simmons is a very, very good defender. Offense beats defense. There's going to be possessions where Ben Simmons wins. In this hypothetical where you think about the net, well, Ben's just going to shut down Durant. You can't just assume that Ben Simmons in 7 games, he might have a good game where Ben Simmons wins the battle. There might be 2 games where Ben Simmons wins the battle. In these hypotheticals of, well, this is why I think the Sixers are going to win the series against the Nets. Ben's just going to lock down Durant as if Kevin Durant's not one of the best fucking players we've ever seen. Kevin Durant is going to win that battle just as much as you think Ben Simmons is going to do it. That's just so uneducated to think that Kevin Durant can't counter good defense. He's going to do it, okay? Now, that doesn't mean after a steal that, oh, you're wrong, Brodes. Ben Simmons had 2 steals. Okay, watch what Kevin Durant's going to do. Watch what Kevin Durant is going to do. That's where I have the problem, where it's just all of a sudden, there's no chance for Kevin Durant to score at all because of Ben Simmons. I love Ben. He's going to be huge defensively. There's no doubt about it. He's going to be a factor in what you do. This team takes pride in defense. You're going to definitely need Ben to play good defense, and he will play good defense. He's for a 7-game series, though. This is my point out of all this. In a 7-game series, if you think the Ben Simmons defense is going to be so elite that Kevin Durant's not going to get going at all, then you just have never watched basketball in the playoffs before, because these special talented players like Kevin Durant, they ball. They make you pay. Crazy. What's the over-under on Ben Simmons? How do you classify that? How would you classify clamping Kevin Durant? There's going to be a game in the series that's like, yes, Ben Simmons did his job. That's going to happen. I am aware. I know it's not going to happen every game. And that's what I'm saying here. Well, Ben's just going to clamp down Kevin. Have you watched Kevin Durant play? I mean, easier said than done here. This is an asinine statement, too. This is probably Dominic on his burner account. No, this has to be Dominic's secondary account. No one in their right mind would rather have Furkan Korkmaz than Joe Harris. Although that proves my point on shooters and like Joe Harris can have a phenomenal regular season. And then when it comes down to the playoffs, not being able to get off the same shots, not being able to execute the same way, not being able to be that player. Why is that? Oh, because it's a different style of play. And Joe Harris is a hell of a player. He's a better basketball player than Furkan Korkmaz is by far. I mean, my man shot 47% from three this year, 47% from three 2 years ago. But if you go to the postseason stats, can I see specifically postseason? Nope, that's collegiate. Joe Harris postseason stats. I don't hate Furkan. I think I just hate the overreaction to him. I just think it's, pretty damn obvious. Is this postseason stats? No. We're back to regular season. I want postseason, jerk-offs. It shouldn't be that difficult to find. In 3 years, he's shooting 33%. 33% from three. That's the information I could find for you. That's the information I got for you. Yeah, do you know why? And this, like, here we go. This is like, thank you for bringing this up. Why do you think he was bad in that series? Because regular season and postseason basketball is completely different. You have a guy shooting lights out and being phenomenal amazing from three. Let's be realistic. Amazing from three. And then here comes the playoffs and he stinks. He can't get his shots off. He can't get separation. The defense swarms you. The intensity's higher. The open looks aren't there as much. The defense game plans for you. The team puts more pressure on film, more stress on film, more focus on film, more focus on matchups. That's how this works. So if a player who is better than Korkmaz struggles like Joe Harris, what's that going to tell you about the way Korkmaz is going to play? I can't believe the amount of love that is thrown his way. Just crazy. Just crazy. I like Maton, but Tavares is must start. How? How is Tavares must start over Nick Maton? None of them are must starts over anybody. Tavares had 3 games put together. That's been nice. Maton has done it more than 3 games. But neither of them are must for anybody. None of them. Korkmaz is clutch. Harris is not. This is what I have to deal with in my life. Whew. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out today on this Friday. You're the best. You're the absolute best. Some of you. Others, we need to work on some things. Got to work on some things. But in all seriousness, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Another week. It's crazy to think about when we started Coffee with Brodes, when we made the switch and all. It's just amazing, and I can't thank you guys enough. So, yeah, just a few things. Okay, we'll give you a couple of rundown here for the weekend. Saturday, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. I will be hosting on The Fanatic, so make sure you are tuned into 97.5 The Fanatic. Sunday, so after the Sixers game's over, I will be on The Fanatic hosting the playoff post-game show. So it'll be a lot of fun to get your reaction. Make sure you're calling in. So my post-game podcast will be up later on in the night because they play at 1 o'clock. I'm hosting 4 to 8. So once I get home from The Fanatic, I'll upload my post-game show. So my specific Sports Talk with Brodes post-game podcast will be up later on Sunday night, but I will be on The Fanatic. Make sure you catch me then. I'm really looking forward to it. So that's my That's my weekend. How about that? Look at this guy, huh? Got a little double duty, a little double dip, a little double disco, a little two Brodes. What's better than one Brodes? Fucking two Brodes. So anyway, don't know what that means. Thank you all so much. I have a new blog post coming out in just a moment. Make sure you read it. Thanks, guys.